Prototyp Week is like our very own playground for the entire week, where we get to play around with new technologies, maybe hardware, whatever you like.
It gives us a chance to be curious and innovative, and also work with colleagues that you may never work with before. It's a week that brings us together.
So our product this week is to have a Snus dosa with some cool sensor that detects whenever the lid is off to get data whenever you take a snus.
So we want to visualize your snus consumption based on that assumption that if you want to change your behavior, you need to understand your behavior. We do that by collecting the amount of snoozes and when you pick a snus. And then you can sync that with an app to get the stats over your consumption.
Our team started out working together to connect the Arduino with the sensors. And then we also created a Flutter app to use this data to show different visualization elements and graphs.
With a magnetic sensor and a magnet on the lid, we can check whenever the snus dosa is open. And whenever it is, we turn on a force sensor that checks whenever you put your hand inside the snus dosa and take another snus.
So in this project, we're using an Arduino that we can use the Bluetooth to connect to our Flutter app that is written in Dart. Some difficulties we had during this week was the Arduino and the different sensors.
It was super tricky to find what sensors to use. It was like every single sensor had some kind of edge case. For example, if you have a light sensor or the magnetic sensor that we ended up using, we could only show when the lid was open and not when you actually took a snus. So in the end, we combined sensors to get the result we wanted.
So we thought that making something tangible would be kind of easy, but making it like minimalistic and turning it into a real product would be really, really hard.
Further actions would be to add a mode where you can reduce your snus consumption or maybe quit snoozing entirely. Of course, there's lots to do, lots to improve, but I think we can show that you can track snus consumption with a snus dosa and a phone.